What is going on YouTube? Handleback making another brand new crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are obviously going to be looking at XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dash, as well as the S&P 500. As you guys know, we do a different cryptocurrency here on the channel every single week with your guys' help. So definitely make sure to drop a comment down below as to what your favorite cryptocurrency is so we can pick one to review for next week's episodes. More importantly, as we know, another day, another bear market. Markets are still in a decline across the board. It's mainly just a lot of stagnation. We're not really seeing many cryptocurrencies pump up to prices that everybody wants to see. We're ultimately kind of just retesting our downtrends once again, correcting lower, and slowly but surely making our way down to support levels, which at some point is going to be retested very soon, which will then decide whether or not we're going to have a few more months of bear market or enter a bull market. So there's a lot of things on the table for right now. Obviously, we've discussed the descending fractals that have been forming. We're going to continue to go over those in today's video. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button if you are new to the channel. It helps support the YouTube algorithm. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. Alright guys, as you can see, current coin market cap, it's a very interesting market we're in right now. Currently, of the current coin market cap, majority of the cryptos, most of the cryptocurrencies are pretty much consolidating. Market's down about 0.7%, but overall, like out of everything, we're not really seeing many cryptos move in either direction. Besides Uniswap, everything else has pretty much just been free floating, trading sideways, kind of just like this. Nothing really exponential that would just set us over the top for buying in or shorting the coin. Now moving forward, you can see some of these cryptos. Once again, not really much has changed from yesterday's video to today. I mean, our confirmation is just to reiterate and go over what exactly is going on within these markets. Everything, as we can tell right now on Dash, on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, everything looks to be hitting its resistance level. And I'll just make sure you guys understand that right now. So for Dash, this is a coin we just started yesterday. You can see clearly after the big bearish break to the downside, we've had a very long descending fractal that started back, I'd say, mid-May, and we've just been consolidating ever since, correcting lower and lower and lower. We do have supports and we do have resistances, and you could see how much of a problem this resistance has been, where prices just can't seem to break above it. It's literally just been acting as this lower high formation, where prices just continue to bounce off that and head lower and lower and lower. And it's not just Dash. I mean, it's every cryptocurrency moving forward. And it's very interesting how all these cryptos are in sync right now. It's very ironic to see how well they are performing very similar with each other. So we had the big drop, and then in May, mid-May, we've had the same lower high formation where prices just continue to fall lower and lower and lower. You can see this on Bitcoin as well. We've had weeks now of this consolidation inside this descending fractal. It has not given us really any time to really capitalize on runs all the way to the upside. We've been trading for quite a while inside this channel here, the 40 and 30K support and resistance levels. And since this descending fractal has overtaken the market, we've had quite a bit of problems getting back up to retest big waves to $40,000, which isn't necessarily a problem. Granted that we are looking to correct in either direction, whether we hit and retest this top resistance or bottom support, regardless of direction, we're going to be able to capitalize on both of those key points. Ultimately, when we did originally fall, we were waiting for reversals back up to which could send us all the way up to 50K. But unfortunately, since we've been consolidating for so long, it's managed to lower ourselves on this moving average here. And you can see how extended we are. The red and green support levels and moving averages right here. It used to be back in the past here. And unfortunately, we had that bearish cross, which is pretty much just reiterated that we are in a bear market correcting lower. So ultimately what we're waiting for, the next target to buy in, is the consolidation. So notice though, we originally were trying to buy in, we were anticipating potential reversal. The opportunity could send us all the way up to 50K. Unfortunately, since the consolidation has continued, it's now pretty much locked us into 40K. This seems to be the resistance zone on the market. Moving average is literally going to be retesting that 40K zone. So what does that mean? That means if prices decide to head up higher, the highest it could possibly go right now before getting rejected would be at $40,000, which really isn't something that we wanted. It is okay though for right now. If we do manage to break through 40K, it's pretty much guaranteeing us breaks to the upside, easily creating a new higher, a new higher high, which would be great. It would pretty much reference that there's a bottom in store and we're now going to create higher lows, which would send us out of this, finding a bottom and reversing us outside of the market. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like the markets want to continue to do that. We look more towards a bearish signal than we do towards bullish breaks to the upside. So realistically, with this falling wedge or descending fractal, it looks like it wants to send prices lower to eventually retest our support level at about $30,000. Notice constantly, bulls have been fairly bearish right now. Bears have been pushing the bulls downwards, and we've been lowering ourselves down. And at some point, we are going to retest the $30,000 support level again. It's only bound to happen, and it is going to happen very soon. So ultimately, what we're looking for out of that is to see whether or not we're going to bounce off of here and correct back up, where we can then capitalize on a big swing back to the upside, leveraging it all the way up. Or we retest bottom support here at $30,000 and we close below here, which would be big. If we close below 30K on the daily support levels, that's ultimately saying and suggesting that prices are not going to hold, that the bears are winning, and it is going to give us a lot longer of a bear market. It could give us another couple of weeks of bearish movements as we slowly trickle back down to $20,000 support. I've been considering that we're due for like an 80 to 85% correction across crypto, and the fact is we're only down about 45 to 50% across the board. So for us to fall to 10 to 12K for Bitcoin doesn't seem that out of picture. That could potentially be the bottom. But the second we see confirmation of a break below 30K, then that's ultimately what my next buying opportunity is waiting for prices to retest 30,000. That's when I'll know whether or not to short the market and correct it lower, or buy in long and leverage it up to the 40K support. Obviously, I'm going to be using BitYard. For those that don't remember what BitYard is, it's basically the exchange that I use to leverage trade all the cryptocurrencies. It's a very beginner-friendly as well as advanced trading platform that's pretty much up to your discretion depending on how difficult you want it to be. They have their own trading view integrated into the system, and as you guys can see with Bitcoin pulled up here, we're hitting a lot of resistances on these moving averages. The 40-day moving averages is acting as a big bearish trend, which ultimately I believe is going to correct us lower. Regardless, you can leverage trade it over here, you can margin trade it, and you type in how much on margin you want to do, $1,000, $2,000, 50 times leverage, which is extremely aggressive, but more so to 10 to 20 times. It'd be a little more on the, or honestly 5 to 10 times is more on the conservative side, and about 10 to 20 is more on the moderate side. But ultimately, you can then sell short, which is capitalizing or anticipating markets to reverse lower and capitalizing on a dropping market, or buying in long and leveraging it to the upside. My favorite thing for beginners is the fact that they offer a demo account, which allows you to basically take advantage of the market without any risk. It allows you to practice your skills with a monopoly amount of money of 100K to basically see, are you good at this? Are you bad at this? And if you can manage to pull quite a bit of profitable trades, you're then ready to move on to the live account. So I did link this in the description down below. Definitely check it out. But lastly, to wrap things up with XRP, Ethereum, the S&P 500, which hasn't changed, is the fact that we are still in this downtrend. I mean, I've been focusing on Bitcoin mainly for you guys on XRP because you guys have to understand that the movements right now within XRP are heavily weighted by the direction that Bitcoin wants to move us to. So if Bitcoin decides to head lower, definitely expect XRP to do the same exact thing. So ultimately, looking at XRP, we're still in a lower or downtrend. We're still creating higher lows, and this is going to continue to hold up until we retest about 56 cents. Breaking below 56 cents would signal correction to 27, which would be a short opportunity. Just like Bitcoin, with Bitcoin breaking through 30K and falling to 20K, XRP would pretty much be retesting 57 cents to fall to 25 cents. The same patterns work. Regardless, lower highs have yet to be broken, which is still signifying and signaling a bear market is at play, and we are anticipating corrections lower. Ethereum, it's the same thing, retesting its moving average, better than the other cryptos, but still in a descending fractal, which is going to probably pull this coin lower to what I would think is 1400. And then Dash, the same thing, is applying itself within this descending fractal. And lastly, the S&P 500, which looks great, and I'd love to see how today decides to play out. Granted that we are retesting overbought, so I'm anticipating correction downwards. But that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video, guys. If you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.